What's up, guys? My name is Adam Dickens, and that is Trey Adams. We have episode 25 for you in the books, a very special episode, a quarter away to 100 episodes. We are here to talk about some good NFL content this week. It's a little bit everywhere. All the teams that we thought were good, all the teams we thought were bad, all came crashing down this week. And we essentially, it feels like week one all over again. I don't know about you, Trey, but how was your week, man?
Trying to keep up, like you said.
No one cares. We're going to start the intro. Get it going, guys. All right, we are back. Trey, how was your week, man? Go ahead.
Ooh, needed that. I need that. See, look, it gets me going. But trying to keep up with everything. There's been a lot to keep up with. I like this. I like this feeling of sports and keeping my phone buzzing every 5 seconds. It's always something to do. So I'm liking it. What about you?
Damn right. Yeah, I had a good week with family, man. Went up to New Jersey with my wife's family. We did. It was her birthday. That was the most important thing. We went out, had some fun, did some cookout family shit. You know, just a good old family fun. All the kids got together. There was running around the damn house and doing all types of stuff like that. So yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, knuckleheads. This is the Enough Said Sports Podcast show. I forgot to mention in the intro, but who really cares? And also, thanks to Sonorous Wave for the intro song. You guys are a big part of what we do, and keep it rolling. Make sure you guys check out their website, www.sonorouswave.com. Have all the links and tickets there. But let's roll into this NFL content that we love so much. First off, man, the biggest topic I think we're going to talk about this week, both undefeated teams coming into this week came crashing down. The Jets ended up beating the undefeated Eagles. Didn't see that coming. The Browns beat the undefeated, why am I blanking right now, 49ers, which, I'll be honest, I thought that was impossible too, but it absolutely happened. Which of these losses to the undefeated teams seem the worst or the most surprising? However you want to answer that question.
So I would say, honestly, the 49ers game, I'm not really shocked that happened. I'm not. The Browns have a good defensive line, and they clearly showed that. Like, I don't understand why people underestimate their defense. And we all know their offense is trying to get a groove and trying to find an identity, but their defense is what keeps them in the game, and it's a top 5 defense in the league right now. So, like, that didn't surprise me. How Brad Purdy played, yes, that surprised me. But
that surprised you? That surprised you?
Yes, shut up. Yes, wow. Yes, absolutely. So that game, I would say that wasn't really the shocker. But the Eagles losing to the Jets, absolutely. Absolutely. That was the shocker for me. And I think that one hurts more because of how it happened. I would say that one hurts more.
I'm going to be honest. Neither one of these surprised me at all. And this is why I'll say this. We knew that the Eagles were playing with the devil for the past few weeks. It was almost like they were begging to lose. Like they were asking someone to come in, be like, beat me. Every game is going to be competitive. We're going to make this. We're gonna flirt with the line of every game being close, and shocker, they ended up losing one, especially to the Jets, who are a good defense. Obviously, Zach Wilson didn't have to do too much this game. He had to make some good plays without giving up any turnovers or anything like that. He did that. That's somewhat shocking. The Zach Wilson playing decent, and then the Eagles the 49ers versus the damn. Why am I tripping right now? Who they go get? Oh, the Browns versus the. It's the way I had it typed out, man. Uh, the Browns versus 49ers. Shocker that Brock Purdy's a human and he plays like an average human when you take two of his biggest weapons away. Shocker on that. Oh, you don't have the most loaded offense in the league. Big, tough shit, pal. Tough shit. So I mean, I think that all of this I kind of found like normal. Like we know what happens Brock Purdy when obviously his weapons are taken away, but like he's playing a defense that I will go ahead and say it, best defense in the league right now in the Browns. They had a bad week coming into this game, which I was surprised about that. Just a little inconsistent, but it happens. But they are the best defense in the league. You put that against a team who's a little handicapped. Debo seems to get hurt, like I feel like every week at this point because of his play style. Like yes, he's a very physical receiver and he can make those plays, but like at the end of the day, you're in the NFL, and the more hits you take, the more you're gonna get hurt. Shocker. McCaffrey, we know he has an injury history. It's oblique, so you really can't blame it on that. But he's gonna get hurt too. He's playing damn near every snap. For this team. He's getting the most of the touches. He is the engine for this offense. So you take both those factors out. None of it surprised me. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to answer the question because none of it surprised me. I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. But, like, you give me the context for the situation, I'm not surprised. But if you just say, oh, the fucking Jets beat the Eagles, yeah, I'm a little shocked. But, like, you add some context to it. Fucking Jalen Hurts throws 3 interceptions. That's not fucking shocking. Like, most teams are going to lose if you're throwing 3 interceptions. Let's be honest. Am I right or am I right?
So which one stings more? Which one is going to have a more lingering effect? The Eagles or the Niners? Which one is going to, you feel like, could go over into the next week? Include injuries too, but also, again, just, I would say turmoil. And I'm going to say it be specifically for the Eagles because it's just one guy at wide receiver. Every game, I feel like he's bitching. And Mr. A.J. Brown, I feel like every game he's bitching about something. Every game.
Again, that's kind of like we know that's gonna happen. Like we know Stephon Diggs with the Bills is gonna be slamming his helmet every damn week when the team's not winning. Like we get it. Some players are just gonna be like that. I would say the most concerning would be I would say the Browns being the 49ers because again, and I think and both of these teams, I think these losses showed not problems now. Like next week, I don't think this is going to be a problem. Maybe the injuries. Okay, cool. But long term, I'm talking about when we get further in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's going to be the issue. I would say for both these teams because you kind of get exposed. Like fucking Trent Williams seemed human this game because Myles Garrett was coming at him head on, which is what you need to do. Brock Purdy stripped away from all his help, and he looked like he didn't look bad, but he looked human again. Debo, you beat him up. McCaffrey, you beat him up. Like I like what the Browns did. They went head to head with him, and I think it showed that if you're overly physical with this team, that offensive system that they run is out the window. You really beat an offensive system out, and you strip them away. And a very old school football mentality where it's like, who cares about your offensive alignments and your different formations if you're getting your fucking head bashed in? Like, no one cares. And that's why I think that's the strategy that the Browns took is more concerning because there's going to be teams in the playoffs that replicate that and have shown. So that's where I'm at.
I don't know. I don't know. I think the Eagles is going to be. I'm going to go the opposite, and I'm going to say the Eagles is I'm more concerned about only because the 49ers again now I feel like they have to use all their weapons. Before they will only really use 2 weapons. Like you never had a game where, like you said, it was a complete offensive attack. Everybody was clicking. It's always one person. It's their game or it's their shine. Other than McCaffrey, who's bound to get 1 touchdown each game. So other than him, everybody else is like they might go missing. Kittle literally is in the offensive plan sometimes, and sometimes he's not. So I think it's going to force Purdy to use his other weapons instead of just having to not do much. Now it's going to actually you're going to see him have to play against only again good defenses. This is not going to be a reoccurring thing. Let's be real. He's going to go back to his normal ways. They're going to continue to score points, etc. But I wouldn't be really much concerned about them. My more concerns would be the Eagles. And again, their identity offensively is we all know they're a run, 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 but their pass game has not been effective and has not been scary or threatening in any kind of way.
Well, I think you're absolutely right to have those concerns because when you have someone like Jalen Hurts, which is the orchestra of this team, right? He 8 touchdowns, 7 fucking interceptions through 5 fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
That's the more if you really want to know what's concerning, that's concerning. Like this game kind of brought all the issues to a head. Something I've been saying for a couple years is you gotta have a third wide receiver, and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even pronounce the dude's name. I mean, obviously I've noticed him in the league and stuff like that. But if you told me to pronounce his name, I couldn't because he's irrelevant. Like, get your tight end involved a little bit more. How about that?
Facts.
You know, you can't be chip at the fucking AJ Brown no matter how much he's bitching and moaning on the sideline. Who gives a fuck? How about give Swift the ball? Run the fucking ball a little bit. Besides Jalen Hurts, go. You have so many resources, and that team is so loaded with whether it's the offensive line, whether it's the defensive line, stuff like that. I mean, they're using those resources, but like use every bit that you got. And I think that they were so used to like they were so talented, they're almost half-ass trying, and then when shit hits the fan, it's like, oh, and
they get punched in the fucking mouth.
and I'm with you, and I also think that having the offensive coordinator change, that's a big fucking issue they're really battling right now, and they're not going to say that publicly because for obvious reasons, because Philadelphia fucking put that man on a cross and take him through past the Rocky Balboa fucking statue and make a parade over him. If they really did bash him like that, so they've got some wrinkles to really figure out. I'm not gonna lie, you changed my mind at the end of this just because I had to look at it a little bit more. So you changed my mind. Okay, you're not gonna get me on that little sex couch behind you, but you changed my mind about this. Okay. All right.
Mirror that boy said in the chat said, "What's up with the high school basketball talk?" And I'm glad you brought that up because at some point, we gonna get you on here, little dude. That's the basketball high school player, but we want to be more diverse and we gonna be talking about different things. But just being out, we'll be in touch. Trust me, we'll be in touch.
Hey, go ahead. We'll say it right now. His first name is Jameer, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Jameer, I talked to Trey this week. I actually brought the idea up that we do want to get someone with your perspective in high school playing ball and being as talented as you are. Just get a perspective that I don't think a lot of people talk on. A lot of people don't bring that up. And I think that this show could benefit from that. So I'm all for the timing. We'll get the timing down. But I really think that we could benefit from your perspective on this pod, and really want you up here. So that's a big thing coming if you are down to do it.
Moving on to the next topic, which we kind of talked about it already with Jalen Hurts. And the real reason we should be concerned. Is there anything else you feel like we need to add to that, or we that's covered?
I'm chewing my melatonin gummies. Give me a second.
I'm weak.
I gotta sleep after
Because
this.
I don't know what his problem is. Like I don't know. Like you said, you mentioned the offensive coordinator already. We just said again they just need a more fluid flow of things and people not complaining and having a force feed, using all your weapons. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to fucking say about that.
No, I agree with you. I mean, we can talk a little bit more about the offensive coordinator situation. Shane Steichen left to the Colts, and hell, like he's making things happen with Gardner Minshew, and Jalen Hurts is struggling. So I think that kind of speaks for how good Shane Steichen is, and how much the Eagles really miss him. At the same time, like let's be honest, if we're talking about both these teams, and whether we're talking about Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy or any of both these offenses for both teams, like it is week what 6, week 5,
Mm.
and so at the end of the day, you got time to figure it out. Like there's no real rush, unless it gets real ugly. But these teams are so talented. Like even if they have a bad couple weeks, it'll be figured out. And I have faith that the Eagles will kind of figure this thing out. The 49ers got time to like heal up, but you want to figure this out kind of now, so in the playoffs it doesn't come up. Would you agree?
Definitely, definitely. Because again, you can't. It's no. You only. It's just one game. You fuck up, then you're screwed. I know every fucking Eagles fan I know. Speaking of freaking Leo, and I'm surrounded by Eagles people. I know these people went to the game pissed as hell.
You
Pissed as hell.
you think you're surrounded by Eagles fans, bro? I just told you, like I went to go hang with my wife's family in Jersey. Like I went,
Shit.
I came into my brother-in-law house and he got a Javon Kershaw fucking jersey on. Like you know what I mean? Like I was surrounded by Eagles fans, and so
They ready
kind
to
of
punch walls because of it.
man, I think good people though. I ain't gonna lie. They treat me like I'm at home, so I can't complain. But I was seeing a lot of green this weekend. I was seeing a lot of green. Go, man.
Okay.
Come on.
I had a comment, but it freaking it just went. So brain fart.
You good.
Um,
I thought you was reading like you need reading glasses or some shit.
nah, it was like I said, brain fart. Shit happens. Moving on. Freaking most impressive. The Lions, Ravens, or Jags. All three of these teams, I would say, only one of them you really expected to be at the top. Ravens is iffy because of that division, but based off of their record, being the Lions 5-1, Ravens 4-2, Jags 4-2, who's been the most impressive this season in your opinion?
I think you gotta say the Lions. I know a lot of people expect them to be good, but the difference in talent between them and a lot of teams, whether we talk about the 49ers, whether we talk about the Eagles like we just did, hell, the difference between the talent level of the Ravens, like in those really good top teams, because there is such a difference. I am more impressed with the Lions because they're doing a lot more with a lot less. And shout out to the Lions head coach, really getting this team tough and be able to make plays. Shout out to Laporta, the tight end for the Lions. Came in as a rookie. As far as fantasy, is the number one fantasy tight end so far over the Taylor Swift lover, Travis Kelce. And so I think that speaks volumes when you have a rookie doing numbers like that. Hell, even if he was just top 5, that's still impressive. But Laporta is a big part of that team. And I think, again, they're just doing a lot more with a lot less. What about yourself? I know you're really big on Lamar coming into the season. So was I. Trevor Lawrence. I think this is a hard question for you, to be honest.
It was, but you really stole my answer because of the simple fact I picked them to win that division. I told you from the gate. I think the Lions is going. They could take it. With that division specifically, and they're not even just doing it by a small margin. They're gonna look like they're gonna win by a landslide because everybody else in that division is horrible.
I,
But
I,
I am going to go with the Ravens, and I'm going to go with the Ravens only because of they've been doing it with less. I know you just said that for the Lions. I disagree with that. I think they actually been healthy. Only person that's been on and off is David Montgomery, but everybody else has pretty much been there and they're rolling. The Ravens, however, haven't been healthy, and Lamar is he has his moments. And as a my fantasy quarterback, he's been fucking me over, but he's still finding a way to get put W's on the board. And I think that's all that matters, and especially in that division, in that NFC North, AFC North, excuse me. I think that's all that matters. So for him to be where he's at right now, I think it is a little bit of a surprise because he's been doing it pretty much, in my opinion, by himself. We all know what happened the previous week where he 7 drop passes in a game. Like I feel like he's doing it with absolutely no kind of help. So that to me is definitely more impressive. Um, and
I
the
think.
Jags,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I expect them, no, but I definitely expect them. They should be winning easy too, but that's neither here or there.
No, no, I think you're definitely right. And to kind of touch on some of your Ravens talk that you were just having, like I think them having somewhat less talent because of injuries and stuff like that. I think it kind of gives them the upside towards the mid to the end of the season, because if you really get Odell implemented into this offense where he's not going out every week for some little type of injury. You also get Zay Flowers going. I think that's layers to an offensive system that can really take it to a next level. And just based on the lack of what they're having now, and you're still 4-2, like that to me that says a lot. And I think they could just take it up to a whole nother level. So I definitely agree with you on that stance. I was gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna wait because this the number 4 topic that we have, I think I'm gonna have to bring it up, man. I'm gonna have to bring it up. But 6 weeks into the season, if we're just talking on like at the house and chilling, I wouldn't bring this up. But we do run a sports show, and fans, I'm sure, want to know. And this is about the time that this kind of starts warming up. Who is your MVP leader as of now? Most valuable player of the NFL right now through 6 weeks.
I've been debating this for a little bit, but
Don't.
after this last performance, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. People are gonna have their little fit about it, but I'm gonna go with the team you just mentioned, being the Lions. I'm gonna say Jared Goff.
What the fuck, bro? You really took my answer.
I'm gonna go with Jared Goff. Like I said, I mean, he came out the gate a little bit, not even really slow. I mean, it was the first game of the week. I mean, it was the first game of this year. Whatever. They lost. They haven't lost since. And I mean, stat wise, he's been consistent. I mean, he's been using his weapons. Um, yeah, 11-3 TD to Entos right now. I'll take that. And again, consistent with it. So every game, he's going to give you at least 200, 225 yards and at least one touchdown. And again, their defense is holding up. So again, he ain't really worried about that side of the ball. But he's the catalyst. He's driving them. And I think right now I would say he's a dark horse MVP candidate. If they continue to win, I would not be surprised if he's a top 3 candidate.
Look, you're gonna make me pivot because I definitely had Jared Goff, and I should have just said something before I could ask you the damn question. I'm kind of pissed right now, but again, this is what we do best. We
On the
work on
fly, on the
we
fly.
exactly we freestyle this shit, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna be honest, man. You got Tua, who is leading the passing yardage by a good comfy 200 yards. That's not too damn bad. And I also think that he's got 14 touchdowns, which is, I think, leading the league. Or is tied for the most. And only 5 interceptions. And I think that like your team is winning. When you pick an MVP candidate, your team has to be getting wins,
Mm.
and they have to be putting up the stats. So I think that him right now, concussions are not even an idea right now. He's balling.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. Because that's all the fuck we heard before from this guy. Does everybody else remember? Oh, what if you have a concussion? You know what's going to happen. No, now
It's
all of a sudden,
it can happen any week, and that's in the back of his mind. I'm sure he's thinking about this shit. Like, I'm on a roll because it'd be crazy if I just cracked the fucking egg. Uh, so I think that like it has to be on his mind. But as far as stats, he's balling. He's leading one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Um, he's got his playmakers, but he's using them to the max. I would like Waddle to get more into the conversation, but he's killing it, man. I can't complain. Someone who I think could be in the MVP conversation, but unfortunately their team is losing. You could kind of put Kirk Cousins in there, because he is the person that is tied with Tua as far as touchdowns in this league with 14 passing touchdowns. And he's right there close in yardage too. He's not too. No,
He's top. I
yeah.
think top three.
No,
He's
he's
top two.
top two, right underneath
Um,
Tua. That and a lot of people aren't talking about, but he's also if you
that's
look.
because they're losing, man. They like you said they're losing and they're playing from behind majority of the game. So he's getting stats. Let's be real. He's getting stats.
Well, let's be honest too. He's getting sacked at 3 times the rate that Tua is. So how do you think he's gonna fucking play when the game's on the line? Like let's be fucking honest. So I think he's still playing a caliber that a lot of teams wouldn't be. And to be honest, I think it's we bash stat padding, right? But if the game is truly out of reach, and you can, the defense, Darius Slay talked about this, where a lot of teams choose to play off if they have double-digit leads, and that makes it harder, honestly, for obviously passes down the field. You really got to nitpick up front. And so I think that if anything, it kind of speaks to even better. Like, comes down to it, he's still putting up the numbers on a losing team that he's not getting much help from. Justin Jefferson having some injury issues, obviously. You got KJ Osborne that you're fucking, you got Addison that you're using as a rookie. Like, he's maximizing the little bit of talent that he has in the skill players. So I think you should kind of throw him in there, but he's not going to win it because he's fucking losing. So there you go. Throw it out.
The fact that you just spent the whole minute and 30 seconds talking about fucking Kirk Cousins is mind blown to me. I'm sorry you guys had to witness that shit.
Well, what you want me to do? Talk about fucking Tua and his arm tattoo for fucking 30 seconds?
Somebody that's worth talking about that, again, people are overlooking because of Tua is Tyreek fucking Hill. The stats that he's putting up right now, he is dragging he's dragging Tua. And because he's not the quarterback,
oh my God.
Because he's not the quarterback, people are not going to want to talk about it. We see you, Reek. We fucking see you. We're going to make sure this is a clip. We see you. We know what you're doing. You making him look good, and they putting him as the catalyst for MVP. No, it's you. We know. 170 yards, and bro's putting up damn near averaging 125. Come on, bro. Come on.
Shocker, the guy that runs really fast is running really fast and scoring touchdowns. We're so surprised, guys. Wide receiver never win fucking MVP. You just wasted my time with fucking 45 seconds about a fucking receiver. Granted, he's putting up big numbers, but like the NFL will burn down before they give fucking MVP to a receiver ever again.
Imagine what the market would look like if they had to do that. If they had to start paying receivers crazy bread, if they don't already.
I think we should give Stephon Diggs the fucking MVP for the most bitching and moaning from a fucking receiver since T.O. Those stats are kind of astronomical right now. And I think that's the real topic conversation that we should have every week is Stephon Diggs and his complaints. Okay, that's what I think.
Hey, speaking of the Bills, what the fuck did we watch after that?
Woo!
What the hell did we watch?
We watched a team that is inconsistent. That's what we watched. Like, let's be honest, like inconsistent as fuck. Like one week we're saying, oh, the best fucking team in the NFL. Next fucking week we're like, you're barely struggling to beat low tier teams. I think that at the end of the day, this comes to the conversation of, is Josh Allen? Here's a valid time to ask, is Josh Allen an elite quarterback? Because this offense is so inconsistent. 14 points from a guy with a fucking cannon and one of the most talented offenses in the league. Inconsistent. That's my word for it. There you go.
That's tough. I was not thinking you was going to say that. You just questioned if Josh Allen is elite.
What would you ask after the game yesterday? If it's not, is he elite?
They clearly have no offensive identity and they're just like in shambles and they need to get their shit together. I would definitely say that. But I wouldn't question his status. Come on now. Come on. Nobody's questioning Joe Burrow and look what the fuck they're doing. Come on. Come on. That's really...
Are you Well, first off, we absolutely know why Joe Burrow and the Bengals are struggling, even though playing out of their fucking mind as of late. So don't disrespect my boy. 3 touchdowns last game. 3 touchdowns last game. That's all I'm saying. 3 touchdowns. And that's a lot less than what Josh Allen had. I mean, Josh Allen had a lot less last night. Just saying. If we really want to talk about it. I do think that something that you say they don't have an identity. The identity is Josh fucking Allen. The identity is Josh Allen on fucking the cover of Madden because he is supposed to be elite. Let's be honest. This is not truthful conversations we're having right now. Because if we really want to talk about identity, it's James Cook is having a good season. So we can't blame it on the run game anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
The truth is it's Stephon Diggs. Part of the time you got a little bit of Gabe Davis. Outside of that, it ain't much. And the defense again is I'm not gonna back down from my Josh Allen response, but like that defense is beat up, but it was 2 last year and they still play good. So I'm my knock is on Josh Allen. You put up 14 points. That's a winnable fucking game. I mean, obviously they still won, but like you had a chance to make a statement. Instead, you look like a punk ass team getting punked. Like, let's be honest.
By Tyrod Taylor.
Huh?
By Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like, fucking Tyrod. Okay, first off, I'm so tired. I'm not going to go on a rant like that. I'm so tired of, first off, okay, let's talk about it. Fucking Brian Daboll is going the fuck off on Tyrod Taylor. Okay, first off, bro, I'm just the fucking I'm just here. I'm just the backup trying to fill in for fucking Daniel sorry ass fucking Jones. And you bitching me out, son. I'll go fucking retire out this bitch. Like, I don't need to be here. Like, you don't like we probably seen him talk to Daniel Jones maybe once like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of how many fucking games?
Exactly.
But you want to bitch Tyrod Taylor's ass out? Like, he probably still can't fucking breathe because his lungs still fucked up from being with the Chargers from years ago. But like, I don't know. What since we're on the topic of the Giants, what do you think about that, man?
Man, how you pronounce his name? Because I think I said it wrong last time.
Brian Daboll.
The coach. Dave, that motherfucker.
Just say fat ass. This is a fat ass. If you really want to,
he's scaring everybody. He's scaring everybody. He went from last year as like the little sweetheart because they were winning and everybody was like, I like the way he coaches. I like his style. He's down to earth. And now he's showing his ass, and it's just like, dude, this is your team. Don't act like these calls they got to go through you. Don't act like you fucking giving you wanting Daniel Jones as your quarterback. That's on you. Like, get the fuck out of here. And now all of a sudden, I didn't really mean to do that. That wasn't the original play call. That was an audible at the before the half. No, you knew damn well that was the fucking play call, and it was a dumb one. And you don't want to own up to it. You want to sit there and point the finger. I never saw a coach so bad point the finger at the backup quarterback. But you don't even take blame for the original quarterback that you just paid all this money to. But now you're talking about possibly benching the guy because y'all suck so bad. Like, get the fuck out of here. They're just in a whole identity crisis. They're horrible, and that's why they're your New York Giants.
Well, I mean that's, and this is what it seems like. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going through their schedule and the games they've lost and the games they've won. Okay. The Jets, we are kind of seeing they're a playoff team. They're not a high tier playoff team, but they can get there. They lost them in the first week of the season. All right, you beat the fucking Raiders. Woo! Like, fucking, they suck. The Commanders, they beat the Commanders. It's fucking Commanders, low tier team. They beat fucking Miami. Okay, which is weird.
Wait, who are we talking about? Wait. Who are you talking about?
Talking about the Bills.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we was talking about the Giants. My bad. Go ahead.
I am tripping right now.
I was about to say they only won one fucking game. I don't know who you talking about.
Just ignore me. Just fucking ignore me. I'm having a whole bunch of conversations at fucking once in my head. But yeah, fuck it. Yeah, okay. to come back to the root of the fucking conversation, okay? The Bills have a chance against the Giants with, like you said, I think it's the best point you brought. It didn't even cross my mind. Fucking Tyrod Taylor. It really don't even matter whether it's fucking Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor. We're being honest. You had a good fucking same fucking person, if you want to be honest. Anyways, you have a solid chance to be the team that is down, pretty much on their knees already. And you couldn't, you capitalized on it, like you beat it, but like, bro, if you're barely beating the fucking Giants, like that, I think it's a bigger conversation needed. And again, this Bills team is just inconsistent, and it's showing. I mean, fucking yeah, fuck Daboll and the Giants though, fucking suck. Like you, bro, like you really want to bitch out Tyrod Taylor like that? Like, just whatever.
I feel like you felt some type of way about that. I feel like you felt some type of way about that.
I did, because I can't stand shit like that, bro. Like your backup is in. You know what your backup is. Like, let's be honest. It's fucking Tyrod Taylor. I can't remember the last time he fucking really played like a full season. Let's be honest.
The Bills. The Bills.
What? What are you talking about?
When he was on the Bills.
Yeah. I mean, like, fuck, I don't really get it. Like, you're talking about the guy who got fucking replaced by Baker Mayfield. Like, it just. Anyways, let's go to non-bullshit ass topics. Running back that has impressed you this season. I feel like this is not talked about enough, obviously, because the NFL doesn't care about running backs. But it's one of my favorite positions to talk about, because we grew up in the fucking 90s and mid 2000s where running backs ran the fucking league. But anyways, so yeah, what's a running back that really impressed you so far this season?
We're gonna go all the way to Cali with it, in LA, and not the Chargers, but with the Rams and Kyren Williams. I'm loving this guy. I think he is a magnet to the fucking end zone in some kind of way. His yards isn't always there, but he'll find a way to get into the end zone. And I think that's something that is needed in the running back market in general. Just a person that you can rely on to get in the end zone, receiving or rushing. He had a monster game yesterday. 20 plus carries for 150 something plus yards. And again, it just shows you another aspect of his game, because he can receive and be a 3-down back. So I think moving forward, that is a running back to keep your eyes on. If you do bets and stuff like that, again, he's bound to get in the end zone at least once every freaking game. At least once. I think it was only one game he didn't have it, but then again, he had like 2 games this year where he had 2 or 3 touchdowns. So again, Kyren Williams for me. There's a couple more out there, but again, he's at the top of my list. Who would you say is the most impressive running back that you've been seeing?
I think we gotta give it up, man. He was hyped coming into the league, but I got a 2-parter. I got pretty much a 3-parter, but a 2-parter. Very hyped coming into the league. Bijan Robinson playing for a team that absolutely fucking sucks, in the Falcons.
I knew it.
And he's just been a bright spot on the team, man. It shows a lot of hope. But the only thing I'm just hoping they don't fucking use him in the same way they use fucking Kyle Pitts and ruin his damn career pretty much, and not put what he does best to use. But so far they're using him in a good way. I think if he was on a better team, he'd obviously be even more relevant and even more explosive, and he'd probably be more talked about by the mass media. And he's just a bright spot, man. He's a lot of power to him, really explosive, and something that I think, I hate to say it, I'll keep saying it, he reminds me a lot of Adrian Peterson. Bijan Robinson is very close to Adrian Peterson. He's like the great value Adrian Peterson, which I think it still says a lot. I'll take that any day.
You killing me.
What you mean? What's wrong with it?
He is nowhere near that. I would say, like, I would have said freaking primetime Sean Alexander or some shit, but Adrian Peterson.
Great value Adrian Peterson. That essentially is Sean Alexander. That's a good name you brought up, man. I love fucking just throwing names out like that, like fucking Clinton Portis and shit. I think that my 2/3 parter is just the Miami. I got 4-parter too. It's a lot to talk about real quick. But I think the Miami run game has been just amazing. Whether it's Devon Achan, he wants to be called now, or you're talking about Mozart, who put up 3 fucking touchdowns last game. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not one running back, it's another. And I'm really impressed by that Miami run game. A lot better than what it has been the last couple years. And I think Mike McDaniels has evolved something that, if we're being honest, we really crushed the Bills for doing and not being able to evolve. And the Dolphins have been able to do that as far as making the run game more impactful aspect into the offense. And another part, I think that David Montgomery not been talked about like he should be for the Lions. We all thought, both thought Jahmyr Gibbs was going to be more impactful for this team.
Yeah.
And Montgomery, we're like, where the fuck did Montgomery come from? Because he was nothing like this the previous years. And so he's really led by example. And I hope some of that rubs off on Gibbs. And obviously, your guy's hurt this week that you brought up for Kyren Williams. He's out. He's got an injury. I forgot what it was. But yeah. But yeah, we can keep going, man. Keep going on. I just shouted out about 4 running backs, but go ahead.
And I mean, Denver been ass, but McLaughlin's been coming out of nowhere. But again, he's just now getting a little bit started. But yeah, just something to keep an eye on fantasy and all that extra stuff. McLaughlin from Denver, he's been putting up some numbers. Been putting up some good numbers.
You guys got a good runner for the Broncos. Have a really good running back stable. I mean, I think Perrine's kind of like slept on a little bit because he's old, or seems old, like he's been playing forever. But I mean, Goff, I can't see his name. I'm gonna struggle with this. Obviously, you got Javante. Like that's a good fucking stable. Just never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it this week. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna fucking hurt.
I'm gonna let you go. Hey, yeah,
it's
go
gonna
ahead.
fucking hurt.
Go ahead.
No, I'm doing that. That was it. If you ain't had nothing else to say on that topic.
Thursday night football. Do. Not really excited about this, but go ahead. We know what's gonna happen.
I said the same. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, ew, I don't even know what would you put in on a bet for this game? Like, what the fuck is this? But we got
David Carr under 2 passing touchdowns. That's what I give it.
We had Thursday night football this week. The Jags at the Saints, and again, we talked about it earlier. How the Jags are 4-2. They're trying to catch. They've been on the little win streak. And using their weapons as they should. Do you think they can continue that on Thursday night in New Orleans?
I think that specifically this game in itself, being at home with the Saints, gives them an advantage. Unfortunately, it is not enough of an advantage. It's not like they're playing the Patriots again where they could stomp the Patriots out. It's not that. This is a Jags team that has been forged by fire. They have had some really bad games and some really good games, and really learning what it means to overcome, to really be able to put up a fight. It showed this past week, and I think it keeps going, man. I think, again, this is a team that is learning on the go because they are so young, and I don't think this is going to be a blowout. It could be, but I don't think it is, just because, again, the Jags team is still learning as it comes. But, again, the Jags are going to win this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's really close going in halftime, and Trevor Lawrence really comes out fighting in that third. Along with that, Jags defense getting fucking turnovers, son. Miami needs to give the old turnover chain to fucking the Jags. That's what they need to do. And so it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a good, tough game till the second half. I'll give it that. That's what I got.
And I'm a piggyback off of that because that last key point was my major key point. That Jags defense, they know how to get the ball, man. They know how to get the ball, and regardless of how it is, if it's a pick, fumble, they again they've been putting a lot of pressure on QBs recently. Their sacks have been uh totaling up recently. They know how to get after. So again, it's more of their if their offense can click faster instead of waiting until the second half, it should be a blowout early. Um, because I just don't believe in the Saints at all. I just think they're just there right now. They're one of those mediocre teams that it's just they're lost in a way, and they haven't played anybody to even say, "Oh my God, put y'all really to the test." And the games they did win, it was like a shit show that they shouldn't even possibly should have won, but somebody has to win the game. So I'm not really surprised or shocked with what the Saints got going. So I'm definitely taking the Jags in that one. And I think their defense is going to obviously keep them in the game and may even just take it over completely.
Well, that, my friend, is the story of Derek Carr's whole fucking career. So, I
Facts.
won't be shocked if that's how the night goes. Definitely not out of the possibility. But I would like to take this time out to thank our sponsor, Dreadsock, for being working with us. Make sure you check them out, www.dreadsock.com, along with the Instagram page. Hit them up for a little coupon, get you a little 10%, 15% off. Get you a good value to protect your locks or protective hairstyle, especially when you sleep at night. Keep them things lint free. Because I know some of y'all will be looking a little dusty. I'm not going to say names, but some of y'all
Ah,
be looking a little
me.
dusty. So I'm saying now I have no room to talk because there is very few hair follicles on top of my head. But if you are blessed in a way that I am not, make sure you hit up www.dreadsock.com. I'm gonna play a commercial at the end of this podcast, but be sure to hit them up. Trey, do you have any messages um, for the guys, for the fellas? Let us know.
Yeah, man, go freaking watch Herbert tonight. Stop fucking dicking around.
It's gonna be a good
Fuck
game.
Dallas. Let's fucking go, Herbert. I'm cheering like a little dickhead for the wrong division team, but I don't give a fuck. Broncos suck. Go watch fucking Herbert go put up 300 yards on Dallas tonight.
Speaking of that, over or under 5 sacks for Dallas.
Mmm.
Because I think that's the one thing that's going to make this pretty close. Just being honest with you.
I would say over. I would say over. I think they do get to Herbert a certain amount of times. I don't think it's going to be enough to like. I think it's going to be like the game's going to be over by then. But I don't think it's going to be like it'll be like first or second down sacks. It's not going to be like third crucial downs. I feel like. But I would say over for 5. I would definitely say over.
I mean, I think Michael Parsons has a fucking field day. Just
Really?
because, yeah, when he's going against a team who's, let's be honest, they're gonna pass
50
70%
times.
of the time. Like, so they're a little bit more predictable than these other teams they've been going against. And so I think
That's
that what makes it close. But I think the Cowboys end up pulling this out. Shocker, because I'm not a Herbert type of guy.
yeah,
Um,
we know.
and I think it's gonna show. But that's something we can talk about on Thursday's show. Make sure or Friday's show. My bad, I'm tripping. I don't know why I said Thursday. Friday's show. And we got some big things coming, man. I'm really excited. Stepping up. I got a new mic, new me. Shocker, you know what I'm saying? Making my way downtown. Going up and fast. All right. Well, with that being said, that is a wrap for episode 25. Appreciate you guys. Peace out. Make sure you go follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, somewhat X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, YouTube Shorts specifically. With that being said, see you guys later, man.